people nowadays are lamenting the tales about water scarcity and soil infertility that is hindering food security in Oman, there is a hidden gem that will help change and transform the face of agriculture, and that is advanced agriculture. Welcome everyone to this new episode of FoodCoin, and in this episode we are hosting one of the Omani pioneers in this sector, Engineer Abdullah Al Shuraiqi from Rakeeza company, who will help us explore this fascinating world of advanced agriculture, or what I thought before, hydroponics. Welcome to this episode, Engineer Abdullah.
مرحبا وسهلا دكتورة.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Let us start, Engineer, by introducing yourself to the audience. I did not introduce you because this sector, even for me myself, it's a new thing that we only heard about a few years back. And when I was discussing with you, you were saying it's not hydroponics, it's more than that, and hydroponics is just part of what you are doing. And I still remember, and I told you before, when I visited your company the first time, and their company, Rakeeza, they are using an apartment for the company itself. And once I went to that company, to that apartment, I was amazed because it was full with whiteboards with so many equations, and the rooms are full with glasswares, glasswares, and you were a small team at the time, and I can see people with lab coats, and there are like samples of fertilizers and then cables and wires and so many other things. So it reminded me of the tales of Bill Gates and the pioneers of the new technology in the world. So I was really amazed, and I'm really proud of Rakeeza and all the work that you've done so far, and all the contribution to the sector. This is why also I think I cannot introduce you myself, and I prefer that you introduce your work to the audience.
Thank you, Doctor. I am Abdullah Al Shuraiqi. I am the CEO of Rakeeza, and I am automation with automation background.
Okay.
So normally in any startup, it starts with a small team. The people who believe in the idea and who are working towards achievement of, let's say, minimum viable products. So one of the things that normally, startups always you'll find very small teams, But on the other hand, also you need highly skilled and talented people working together in collaborative environment to achieve minimum viable products, and to understand as well the challenges and what are the strategies and where are the research and development areas that you need to work and to address in order to achieve these things. So Rakeeza, when you visited us, it was like 3 people only, but now we grow. We are 8 people now in the company.
Oh, okay.
And actually there is one news. So we are going also to shift in our new offices within 3 months. So Rakeeza, basically, it's an R&D company, I would say. If I want to summarize Rakeeza, I would say Rakeeza is 2 things together. It's a university in the right hand, and it is a factory on the other hand.
Okay.
So we are doing 2 things all at the same time. So R&D team, they are collaborating with the manufacturing people to R&D issues and problems and suggest solutions. And the other manufacturing people, they are rationalizing the concepts, and they are making sure that those concepts and ideations or solutions come up from R&D team, they are actually can be transformed into a product. So in between, we are doing prototypes, and we are rigorously testing those prototypes.
Okay.
And we are transferring. We are doing lots of modifications, enhancements, and sometimes redesign for everything, because we are not suiting the quality requirement, or we are not suiting. For example, we are not achieving, let's say, the commercial objectives.
Okay.
What we do, we are trying to come up with solutions that are affordable, high quality, and reliable. So there are lots of things and collaboration in between to achieve these products.
That is impressive. But before we move to the products, can you explain to me and to the audience What do you mean by advanced agriculture, and what's the difference between advanced agriculture and hydroponics? So we can understand later the kind of products that you're producing.
Okay, sure. In Arabic, there is one saying. I'll say it in Arabic and I'll translate it into English. Just a bit of culture into the program. In Arabic, we are saying يعرف شيء بنقيضه. If you want to know something, then you can just go to the opposite of it and try to. For example, what is white? Then you just say what is black, or you show the black.
You define it by the opposite.
By the opposite, yeah. So the advanced agriculture, actually, you can just imagine a factory, and it's attached to a production line, and those products are plants. So you can see the seedlings are fully automated, and transforming those seedlings into the production area. For example, let it be deep water culture, and on the other hand, vertigation and other things is being automatically done by systems, and then harvesting also will be done by automation systems.
So
including
you are transforming,
packaging.
the conventional agriculture in a new way of.
So this is a modern agriculture.
Food, yeah.
It's only one aspect. You can just imagine other aspects of it, but the traditional one, it's the one we are doing right now, mostly in Oman and in lots of areas around the world, where we are cultivating by hand, and we are dosing, or we are putting fertilizers manually, harvesting manually. And it's really so. This is what we mean by advanced agriculture.
So what took you there? You said you have a degree in automation. So what drew you to agriculture? Why agriculture? Why advanced agriculture?
This might take us to the beginning of Rakeeza. We have started 2020.
Okay.
In mid of the crisis of Corona,
COVID.
And the restrictions on travel and food, and maybe trade exchange between countries. So one time that we have plenty of time to think, and maybe
interesting.
To think about why we are here, why we cannot change this, why we cannot produce those things in our country by ourselves, why we are importing lots of goods from outside. But we are not unique in that. So lots of people and lots of countries, they are actually giving more attention to food security nowadays, whether you are coming to Oman or any other country. And advanced agriculture is enabler for you. With the current technologies, some of products that it was impossible to be cultivated in Oman, now it's very possible. And in fact, if we put the right effort and right technology, we can produce state-of-art agriculture produce, like, for example, strawberries or whatever. And we are having a passion for agriculture. So we know that advanced agriculture is actually a solution for food security concerns. That's issue number one. And as well, the reality. If you look to Oman is having major challenges, I would say. Water, scarcity of water, scarcity of agricultural land that is available for cultivation. Those two things are not necessarily the same. It's an agricultural land, but it's not available to be used or to be cultivated, because, for example, there is no water, or the use of land is just. We have massive lands here in Oman, for example. The use of it changed from agriculture to residential, commercial, or industrial purposes. So those two things, with the advanced agriculture. Addressing those issues and enable us to really do more. Those are three things that attract our attention towards investment into advanced agriculture.
So what do you do? What do you produce in your company? What are the types of products that you have?
I would say definitely knowledge is the first one product about from our company. We are making procedures, standard operation procedures, SOPs, guidelines for agriculture. It's not only to solve, let's say, it's to be used only in hydroponics, but to be used in open fields. So lots of people, even in open field, you can really boost the production 2, 3, 4 folds.
So you are not only shifting from conventional agriculture, but you are also enhancing Traditional agriculture, yeah.
The modern agriculture is not going to take the place of traditional agriculture necessarily 100%, but it's going to cast shadow on it. It's going to affect the way we cultivate products in open fields. As you know, in our heritage in Oman, we are having villages and running through all different areas, but those things are actually tied with sometimes that you need to go and even in mid of night you need to irrigate. But with modern systems we can replace those with modern fertigation systems with irrigation and fertigation. So you don't really, even the old villages and other things, technology can take that troublesome part of our, let's say, traditional.
So can you do it while you are sitting in your office, for example?
Yes, you can do it, and you can automate it actually. You can automate it, you can look to your phone and do it from here, or even you can have a room where you are collecting all the data and one person who is operating the whole thing. And this is actually what we do in Rakeeza. In one of our products is called Intel PS. Intel PS is automatic fertigation, irrigation, and pH adjustment hardware.
Okay.
But you can see all the things remotely. And we are having two versions. One is the normal version, one is the advanced version. The advanced version having capability to interface with Internet of Things. So you can push all this data into cloud and you can browse those data and you can see and monitor from your mobile. As well, we can have group of farms connected to our operation room where we are going to have one operator running 100 farm.
Yeah, this was my next question. Can I run or control more than one farm or system?
Yes, we are using industrial software in, let's say, the people know it as SCADA, and it's used to run factories and run our electricity. For example, Oman electricity is managed by SCADA system that is controlling all the generation of power and distribution as well. So we are using the same software, SCADA software, to operate big farms. So instead of, let's say, investing in highly skilled operators in each farm, then you can have multiple of farms run by one skilled engineer running from remotely.
Is it profitable?
We don't know.
Is it profitable?
Yes, it's profitable, yeah. Because you are going actually to double the yield. You can think about quality as a chain of, it's like single, it's a chain comprised of single, circles. And the strength of your chain is measured by the strength of weakest point in the chain. So if you invest, let's say you have a farm and you invest in quality and advanced cultivating methods, you are going to increase your yield and maximize your yield and minimize your expenditures. Ultimately, this will be transformed as as a profit for farmer. Currently, there is a dilemma. If you look to it, there is a dilemma. The farmers, they are not making much margin, and they are playing very crucial role in our ecosystem. Without food, our society cannot run. Okay. But those people generally, they are not really getting enough profit from their efforts. Okay, and one way to let them to be profitable is just to increase their margin. But you are going then to harm the end the end users. Yeah, like we are as a customers. If we are going to get this agriculture produce with a high cost, it's going to affect us and our families. And this is one way. The other way is to not to increase the cost or the sale price for agriculture produce, but to increase the quantities. So instead of, let's say, making let's say 100 ton, you can make 10,000 tons. Then with the same margin, you are going to have more profit. And in the way, you are going to meet, since you are using advanced agriculture technologies, the nutrition part is really maintained and the plants are very healthy, so you will not use as well pesticides.
Yeah.
And that will transform to the end customer as affordable products with high nutrition
quality.
Yes, high quality products. So this is what we are trying to do.
And you are producing the fertilizers as well?
Fertilizers, yes, we are making NPK solutions. We are having three main fertilizers categories. The foliar one, which we spray it on the leaves, and NPK solutions for open field. And we are having special plant food, we call it plant food, for hydroponics. Because hydroponics, actually, you can think about a special case of agriculture, because normal plants are having access to nutrition from the soil, but in our case have absolutely no soil there. So we have to provide all nutrition required through our fertilizer. So that we call it plant food. So we manufacture three types of fertilizers currently.
So you're working on the solution, you are giving consultations as well,
yes,
and automation solutions, and you are having the fertilizers.
True.
And you've started in 2020, right? 2020?
2020, yeah.
So it's been 4 years in the market, and you're saying that your team is growing. Does that mean that the business is good for you? Was the market welcoming the advanced agriculture that you introduced?
The market is really welcoming. Lots of people now, they are aware about the advantages of embedding, let's say, advanced agriculture technologies into their production system. However, there is a resistance. Of course, it's part from the system as well to deal with the resistance. But we are, Rakeeza is not only just designed to cater local market. We are looking for international market as well. And we are having also, we have supplied some products outside the country. And currently we are actually expanding inside Oman, but we are also expanding outside Oman.
So was it a smooth sail, or do you have challenges growing your business?
We are having challenges, but some of the challenges you cannot really directly deal with it. For example, it's like law or government things. Challenges, then you need to deal with it. And some of this, like for example, challenges from society. People, they are generally used to see the plants planted on soil. So they consider taking the plant off soil is not natural. So this is kind of cultural barriers is there. But we educate people and we explain to them how this is, again, it's just a shift. If you look, for example, for cucumber, if you look to it from natural perspective, let's say, if you just put the seeds of cucumber here in the ground, it won't really cultivate. So somehow we are artificially cultivating cucumbers. We are cultivating tomatoes also artificially to be ready for the summer, So we even importing these and putting it into containers and refrigeration system and all these things, it's not the traditional look for what is natural.
True.
But ultimately we need to consume these products, and we are really welcoming these products. We are saying that human have been through thousands of years are adapting and trying to cultivate these products, not in their native environment, but they are trying to adapt to new environments, new technologies, and they are providing natural, even if you, for example, providing it with natural fertilizers, even though that it's not natural in the sense that humans are doing this. You get my point.
Even genetic modification have been done for maybe thousands of years.
Yes.
You are playing with the genetics of the food, but now we are doing it with high technology. So what you are providing is only better solutions to what have been done for thousands of years.
True. It's a big debate, Doctor. This genetic modifications, there is a big debate on it, but there is a process, natural process, it's called selection process, where you are just getting, for example, the cucumber, which is having very good taste, with the cucumber who can.
Yeah, this is what I meant by.
Yes.
It's not the genetic modification that people think about.
It's not artificial.
The lab.
This is the natural process, and we recommend actually. This is part from what we do as well. We are engaging in selection good seeds, because some seeds are, let's say, very good for other environments, but not for Oman. In Oman, we are having relatively high humidity, relatively high temperature. So sourcing the seeds is a really important factor of successful cultivation process. And those things, they are involved lots of R&D and involve lots of universities around the world. They are having very big endeavors to come up with the better seeds who can give very good tasty and the quantity that we are looking for, but also having let's say they can compete heat stress and water stress environments like us. So we have to take that into consideration.
So with all those challenges, how did you work around them?
We are having a team. Mm-hmm. And our team, actually, when we hire team, anyone of our team, we normally look for multiple talents. So, for example, our chemist, Ms. Maisa, she is not only a chemist, but she is doing all the design, mm-hmm. all the graphics, everything, presentations, whatever is required from design perspective, she is doing. And she is engaged in different as well activities. All of our team having multiple talents. For someone who is electrical engineer, he will be doing lots of other stuff as well. So that's our way to optimize the cost and as well to come around these issues. As well, this is from let's say human resources perspective, and also now the market, international market for skills is open. You can hire someone from Upworks or from other international platform who is specialized in something that you wanted that skill, but you don't want to employ someone full-time with you because you need only partially. So you float scope for that one and you get that service and you incorporate it in your team. In our team, we do lots of brainstorming. We are thinking and about solutions and how we do in, let's say, for strategic directions. And then we break it into small pieces and we work on those small pieces and we're stitching up those small pieces and coming up with a solution. So there are lots of techniques and to come over this because you are a startup dealing with challenges. You need very highly skilled talents, but you don't have the financial capability to go in the traditional direction, let's say, by hiring all these talent that you want and pay them a salary. So there is a way to go over that. And there are ways to, let's say, break down big problems and into small pieces and address these small pieces individually and stitching up those things. You have to come up with your, let's say, there is no book will teach you this kind of things, but you need really to think about it as one team. So what we do in Rakeeza, we do it as a team. And we truly appreciate there is no wrong question, there is no wrong answer. And we are asking all this sort of, let's say, it seems for someone who is expert in certain field, it's trivial question, but there is no trivial question. Actually, if you challenge even the foundation of each issue, you might come up with a solution because you truly don't understand the problem itself. We have lots of examples of that.
That's really impressive. And I think this was your approach since day one, because you said you started at the mid of crisis, the COVID, and you took all these challenges that were hitting the world, and you transformed that challenge into a big opportunity to start this company. So you enjoy transforming the challenges and problems into solutions, like looking at a puzzle, and you are just playing with that puzzle and bringing up new ideas. And that's a good message for the people who are listening. And it's impressive how you are talking about the multi-talented people and how they can invest in agriculture. Usually people when they think or when they hear the word agriculture, what comes to their mind is like traditional agriculture, villages and farms and old people working, and sometimes even foreign labor working in the field. But now you are saying that you are attracting multi-talented people into this, and you are working together in really an exciting environment to come up with solutions for this sector. So as we also learned from last episode, it is really a sector that is welcoming all. And youth now, with all these, with all their new interests and new hobbies and new specializations, can also come and invest in this sector. So it is really welcoming all.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Cultivation with all technologies, it was good for those times, but it's not necessarily good for our time, because there are, let's say, society shifts, and we need to address these shifts. Nowadays, you will find lots of people, they don't want to engage into the traditional farming, and it's not a Oman issue; it's a worldwide issue. Even if you look to other countries, a traditional way of farming, it's really not attracting much people. Even if you do, for example, normal fishermen and other things, there is scarcity nowadays. But technology is coming to to make it, or to update the way that we used to work and to improve it. So let's say an example of this. You cannot, if you have less yield with less quality of produce, you cannot sell it at profitable rate in the market. And it's an let's say open market. This is an open market. So normally people, they will take the products that suits their budget and within the quality range that they set for themselves. So if we help those people to cultivate from the same land, to cultivate more with a higher quality, their income will improve, and they will be welcoming as well. It will be very attractive for them to work.
True.
So it's in my view, it's not an option. From that perspective, is to stay with the old cultivation techniques, or you need to shift. Definitely you need to shift. Even if not completely, you need to shift partially. You need to look to those things that are taking big part of your effort, and introduce technology to
integrate
reduce
the a new to business, or an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur, and I wanted to start a business in agriculture. Is it worth it to invest in one of these solutions or in one of these technologies that you are advertising here?
We strongly recommend people to invest in agriculture, because the demand is there. There is big demand. If there is demand, then you can really, there is an off-taker, you can really produce. However, it's not like just you close your eyes and invest. You need to do the proper research before you commence your investment. For example, you can cultivate one product or two or three products. You can ask yourself, or just do a research, what are the products that are mostly required in the market at this time of year? If that's seasonal investment, if that's year-round cultivation, then what are the products that you can cultivate, and the market needs this? And you can ask yourself whether this, at your scale, the local market will be enough for this, or you need also to export these things. And then you need, because those questions, they will actually partially answer your some of the questions that you have. What type of technology I should use? Okay, if you are cultivating vegetables and fruits and other things, then hydroponic is very good solution for it. But then if you are also going to cultivate year round, you are coming for greenhouses, and then you need to think about where is the location of the greenhouse. We have seen lots of projects fail because wrong selection of the place. Oman is hot and humid area, especially in the coastal area. So not every place here it will be a good idea or ideal to make greenhouses. There are some places where we can definitely assess, because we are having our own software to estimate the solar gains and suggest you what type of greenhouses and what type of fans and wet beds you need to do. But that part from what you need to do. And then you do all the market research before you commence investment or you start investment. But if you do all of this and it's all promising, then agriculture is one of the things that we can do in Oman, and we can as well export for outside.
So what's your message for the youth who are listening to you and investors or entrepreneurs?
Agriculture is a promising field, and it's really a field that investors and even job seekers, they can just take few steps or big steps according to their potentials, because incorporating new technologies and knowledge as well in their cultivation, it will increase their productivity and increase their profitability as well, while decreasing their costs and expenditure. So yeah, I do believe that it's a promising market.
Thank you so much, Engineer Abdullah. It was an honor having you today. It was really an exciting episode. Looking forward to hear more about Rakeeza and its amazing work. Thank you so much.
Shukran, Dr. Abir, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. This was Abir Al-Kalbani from FoodCoin Podcast.